Thank you. Thank you. How about a hand for Sonny? How about a hand for Sonny, you great DJ? How about a hand for everybody who's put this all together? Give them a big hand. We're here tonight. Thank you so much. And welcome to Empower and Excel's 2024 Glitz and Glam Gala. I said it. Give yourselves a hand for being here. The only thing that could make that harder to say is if this were in Gilroy. Okay, Glitz and Glam Gala in Gilroy. So, by the way, how about a hand for Aisha Charagula and the whole committee here on the board for putting this together here. We are all here to make a difference, to create more funds and opportunities in STEM education for underserved communities. Give yourselves a hand for coming together tonight to make a great difference. And it's an honor to be here. I want to thank Aisha for, of course, outsourcing the duties of MC. I'll wait, thank you. Through an NDA, that's me, the non-DESI attendee. So I am your NDA this evening, and I said I will only do this event if you could put the tables as far away from the stage as possible. We don't want to have anybody hear anything up front. So we've got a wonderful evening tonight planned, and to kick off any major event where we're going to celebrate and do great things for the community, we want to recognize and bring out some of the talent in the community. So I'd like to ask you to help me welcome to the stage the wonderful Kriya Dance Academy, where they say fusion is our mantra, Bollywood is our tantra. That is Kriya. Go ahead, you can clap, it's okay. Please welcome dancer, master choreographer, founder and artistic director of the Kriya Dance Academy, Uma Dhanapal and her dance team.
Who's the hero? Who's the hero? Kaka vanda vaatiyaro, taka vanda paatigalai, nare narai kirikum zaro. Who's the hero? Who's the hero? Kaka vanda vaatiyaro, taka vanda paatigalai, nare narai kirikum zaro. Zaga satin mara pero, siri vanda vegamana aro. Paayumbodhu mandalava katte pare. Who's the hero? Who's the hero? Kaka vanda vaadiyaro, taka vanda paatigalai, nare narai kirikum zaro. Who's the hero? Who's the hero? Kaka vanda vaadiyaro, taka vanda paatigalai, nare narai kirikum zaro. Da 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 ba da ba da 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 ba da do de do ba ba da da ba da ba da ba ba. 1, 2, 3, and 4, baby. Shut yourself and lock the door. 1, 2, 3, ya child. He'll get you wherever you are. Go, 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 baby, go. Go as far as you can go. Nowhere is too far, man. He'll drag you out of any jam. Hey, Litandu, adu, yaro, yaro. Hey, babarkum, ideal, yar, 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 yar. Who's the hero? Who's the hero? Kaka vanda vaadiyaro, taka vanda paatigalai, nare narai kirikum zaro. Who's the hero? Who's the hero? Kaka vanda vaadiyaro, taka vanda paatigalai, nare narai kirikum zaro.
Yeah, proof. हुस्न तेरा तौबा 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 ले लिया कुड़ी ने दिल साडा हाले थोड़ा साफ जहा नहीं लगदा इरादा बुत बाली लंबी नहीं रखी है मुट्टे यार ने है दिखदा परांदा नहीं हो देखदा पराडा फिगर तो लगदी लटीनो एक बारी दस दो जी इन्नी क्यों शकीनो कल ही तू इटली तो आई मर जानी है ते परस तू पेरिस तो मंगाया वैलेंटिनो हाँ तेनू क्यों ना दिखा तेरे को की सिखा तेरे दे की लिखा हुस्न तेरा तौबा 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 हुस्न तेरा तौबा 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 तौबा
How about another hand for Uma and the dancers of the Korea Dance Academy? That's all you give them? Come on, they came out. Give them a big hand, people. Let's hear it. Wonderful. We're all going to ask every one of you to do that exact dance later on today for fabulous prizes. Are you with me? So, by the way, happy Diwali. Happy Diwali. Did I say it right? You don't look thrilled. I'm more excited than you are. How about that? Happy Diwali. And I understand that this year Diwali is going to fall at the same time as Halloween. Is that right? So Sanjay was telling me he's going to give out gulab jamun when the kids come and knock at the door. So I love the concept of Diwali, which is the Festival of Lights, because my people, we have the Festival of Lights as well. We call it Hanukkah, and our cultures are very similar. If you don't, we just celebrated a new year. And here, how many of you out there work in artificial intelligence in the Bay Area? Or I should say, who doesn't? Then raise those hands, only a few. And I just want to let you know, for my community, I've actually released a brand new product. It's an artificial intelligence product called ChatGPT. Stay with me, it's going to get harder now, people. That's right. We actually use OI instead of AI. And it will accurately predict how disappointed you will be in your children. Thank you. Go ahead. I don't care. I have time. Thank you. I also have a good friend of mine from Canada, and they use AI. Okay, come on. Come on. I told you, they're going to get harder, people. Yes. But I have to say, it's wonderful to be here with you. I get to do a lot of events with the Indian community. I'm always impressed how much you give, how generous you are. Give yourselves a hand for all the success you've had in engineering and in medicine and in science and in venture capital. All I could say is maybe someday somebody of Indian descent may even run for president. Vivek Ramaswamy, I'm sorry, I almost forgot that. But now they're having a good time there, but no. But I'll tell you, the Indian community is the highest earning community in the U.S., the highest earning ethnic group in the U.S., 4.9 million. Congratulations, which is good because you need all that money to buy your Tesla and pay for the SAT prep course for your children, okay? Thank you. Now, one of the things that did well during the pandemic is online dating. And when I speak of online dating, some of you hear Match.com, FarmersOnly.com. How about that one? Where you could find a rugged woman and get insurance. Amazing. Christian Mingle. See, I love the commercials for Christian Mingle because my people, we have J-Date. For those of you who don't know, J-Date, because it could never be Jew Mingle. Think about that. Jew Mingle. No Jew. Jess. Joe Soy Mingle. See, every ethnic group has their own dating website. I bet many of you here have a profile on shoddy.com. Who has a profile? Let me see the hands. Don't make me point. Some of you have a profile nobody knows about. Your profile, it actually sends email to your parents first to get approval. Okay, I know. I was performing for another group from India. I wanted to relate to them. I told them right after college, I actually went on a date with this beautiful woman from India. And her parents weren't very happy about it because I didn't have a PhD. But I did win a spelling bee once, so they accepted me. And I applaud you on that. Now, when my people meet, we play something called Jewish geography. What's your name? Where's your family from? People from India meet. They tell each other their name. Very often from the name alone, you could tell the exact city or region of India where somebody's from. Am I right? And I watched these two people meet last week. One said, my name is Kandaswamy. She goes, you're from Madras. She said, yes. I said, wow. But I, too, have developed the same skill. I really have. I met this lady from India last week. I said, you tell me your name. I will tell you exactly where you're from. She said, Patel. I said, Fremont. Thank you. Are we ready to have a great night tonight, people? Let's have a wonderful night. By the way, at this point, I want to welcome up two of my very good friends. Please come up, Soham and Amruta. We're going to give away some raffles. So I'm going to ask Soham and Amruta, give them a hand to come on up stage. They're going to pick raffle tickets. Everything here this evening goes for the cause. So any money that I ask for, it's going toward the cause. Give them a big hand. Look at these kids. Future doctors, future engineers, future VCs. You will be working for their companies in 20 years, so please treat them nicely right now. All right, Soham, this is your big moment. What do you want to say?
Hope everybody enjoys the event.
All right, give him a hand. He didn't know. I told him he's not going to have to say anything. So when I call your number, here's the rules of engagement. You need to show excitement that we have to doubt that you even have a technical background. Fair enough? If I read your number and you go like this, I'm going to the next number. Fair enough? And what are the prizes that we're giving away, Amruta? Restaurant gift certificates. Who's into that right now? Right now. A gallon of gas, people. That's worth something, all right? So may I please have the first ticket? Everybody take out your raffle ticket. There it is. That's the one. All right. If your name is, I'm just going to read the number. Okay. 09222. Who's still in? Better be all of you. That's how tickets work, people, okay? Last three digits, 012. I am looking for.
Avanti?
Avanti. Avanti, are you a winner? We have a winner. Give him a hand. Congratulations. And we have one more winner, please. That's fast. Who do we have here? Okay. If your name is 09222 038 Usha. Usha won. Give her a hand. Congratulations. How about a hand for all winners? Thank you so much. Buy some more raffle. Give them a big hand, folks. We put them on the spot. Give them a hand on stage here. All right. One thing about this night, by the way, behind this screen here, I want to acknowledge, you may not know, but one of the smartest people we have here in the room, Indu, is behind the scenes here. Give her a hand. Let her know she's controlling all the slides and everything. Worked hard. But we want to recognize on your table you have a wonderful program of everybody's name and all the sponsors and all the goals that we have tonight. We would like right now to recognize all our sponsors. So let's show a lot of love to our sponsors here tonight. First of all, our top sponsor, please help us welcome and thank Eddie Oberai, EddieOberai.com. Give him a big hand. Eddie Oberai and team are the Bay Area's premier luxury real estate team. Yes. Thank you. Please stand up and we will bring a lovely gift to you. Thank you. So give a hand for Eddie and his team. Stand up. They're very customer-focused and service-oriented. One of the Bay Area's leading home brokers. Thank you, Eddie, for all you do. Let's give him a hand. Next, we'd like to recognize Tezalve.com is a premier end-to-end silicon and systems partner. You need to make a chip? Call Tezalv. Let's give a hand to Tezalv. Openings in 7 nanometers as we speak. Congratulations. Next, please help us welcome Mahesh M. Thakur from the Academy of High Achievers, provides leadership and career coaching. How about a big hand for Mahesh M. Thakur? Thank you so much, Mahesh. Mahesh will also be giving breakdance lessons tonight afterwards. Stick around. I've seen this guy spin on his head. He's way better than that lady from Australia. Okay. Next, please help us welcome and thank Mara West Credit Union. Mara West Credit Union. Not only giving away toasters, but giving away great interest rates. I made that up. Delivers financial value to any individual and small business. Promotes the well-being of our community. Another hand for Mara West. Give him a big hand. Thank you. Next, please help us say thank you to Priya Living at www.priyaliving.com. Thank you. Priya Living is a vibrant community for older adults who want to thrive. And they're now in India opening, and the Hyderabad location is getting ready to open soon. Another hand for Priya Living. Next, please help us thank Empowerly at empowerly.com. Helps with college admissions process. We all know that as parents, to navigate the high school student's journey to top colleges. It has a 98% success rate and a 99% Indian clientele. Okay. My wife's Chinese. We're in there too. All right. Thank you. Congratulations, Empowerly. Next, please help us say thank you to TELUS Solutions. www.telus.com. They offer tech resources and solutions to tech companies. Let's say thank you to TELUS Solutions. Again, folks, none of this happens, none of these generous contributions happen without all of you and all of our sponsors. Next, please help us welcome, and they have a table outside, Floor Coverings International. And I want you to say hello to Gaurav and Saurav. That's their names, the wonderful brothers. They also have a mobile showroom that will come right to your home. You don't even have to go anywhere. You'll find the perfect floors, tiles, carpets, and they go end to end. They'll replace it, they'll do everything for you. And for your lifestyle and home, make sure you visit their table. Another hand for Floor Coverings International. And our final sponsor, please let's say thank you to Anjani's. Let's big a hand for Anjani's. Anjani's, thank you. They have a table outside. You can find unique artifacts and ethnic merchandise. And Anjani's, visit the table. How about a hand for all the sponsors here tonight? And with that, we'd like you to feast your eyes on the screen for a wonderful video that many of you may have seen that was on CBS News. Let's watch.
We are celebrating Young Bridge Builders this morning, where a group of children and teens in San Jose are spending their summer giving back to the community. Our Len Ramirez shows us how they're bridging the gap between privilege and poverty.
What is the project today? You are going to work with the children? What's it?
On a warm summer day in this East San Jose housing complex, Aisha Charagula is bridging the gap between privilege and poverty in Silicon Valley.
You have your own experiment, huh?
And she's doing it with the power of youth. Aisha is the founder of Empower and Excel, a San Jose nonprofit which takes 5 to 18-year-olds from some of the valley's wealthiest neighborhoods and puts them in the service of the less fortunate. Here, Empower and Excel students are showing fun, hands-on science and technology experiments to children from the Valley Palms community.
It's a win-win situation. Community is benefiting with their services. At the same time, youth is benefiting, knowing, more about the community and the reality of the life.
Aisha knows that from her own family. After graduating with a master's degree in information technology management, Aisha went on to have a successful career in tech. But she realized her own children children and those in her community could use a reality check and a dose of empathy for the challenges faced by others.
This is because lack of exposure, and they are just in their bubble, not seeing what is the reality. And I thought, I should do something to make them, be in a better place and to be a better human.
So she left the tech world to focus full-time on the nonprofit, recruiting young people like 16-year-old Ravi, a science whiz who demonstrated the concept of light refraction for the kids.
If you look from here, like the top, you won't be able to see the giant.
Ravi started volunteering with the program when he was 7 years old and has been with it ever since.
It just felt good. It felt amazing. My small impact can impact many people. So
Ravi, who wants to be a doctor, has also raised $5,000 for the agency to give to a charity for disabled children in India.
we have this realization that not everything is really perfect, and we could make this small impact that can help move things to a more perfect world.
The program is making an impact. 8-year-old Cielo Gutierrez says her school lost their science teacher last year, which was one of her favorite subjects.
I want to be an artist and I want to be a science teacher because science is really fun.
That's awesome.
Because you get to learn new things like gravity.
Cielo earned enough points by attending all of the stations to get a free prize of a robotics kit. Aisha says she just wants to give kids that one spark that can ignite a love of learning and a passion for service to others.
If one kid benefits out of it, our mission is accomplished.
How about another hand for Aisha and that wonderful video? Great video. You know, so many of us
I came ahead.
pay no attention to the lady behind the curtain. I think about the privilege that we all have. The things that she said that really stood out. Bridge the gap between privilege and poverty. Being here, I realize just how much privilege all of us have, how much we have and how much we get. I think about, I mentioned my wife is Chinese, and how many of you live in a house where you have the kids speak multiple languages, how important that is, right? And my kids, we want them to learn Chinese because we may move to Cupertino, and check 1 2, check 1 2. And she wants them to interpret the tattoos of the privileged. That might not say warrior there, pale dragon. And but I think about how lucky we are. Many of us struggled to get here, and I think about my kids. You know, now my middle son is now studying psychology in New York City for $100,000 a year, right? Crazy. At NYU, $100,000 a year. And my daughter is in high school. She's interested in ornithology, which, who knows what that is? It's the study of O.J. Simpson, exactly. I'll wait. You can Google it. It's many of you wrote the algorithm. It's okay. But when I knew Sanjay, and when I heard of his wife and I heard of what's happening here, I was so excited to be part of this evening because you really do make a difference, and she has such a wonderful heart. The things she said, the things you saw in the video. So let's all put our hands together and help us welcome the founder and executive director of Empower and Excel, Aisha Cherugula.
Surprise! I was so excited, I forgot there's a backstage. I just jumped ahead, okay? And thank you for making me feel excited, all of you. Welcome and good evening. It is so wonderful to see you all here, and it means a lot. It means a lot. Your presence here speaks volumes that you do care about our communities we live around. As an organization, we are committed to make a difference in the community where the need is at the greatest. With our county's neighborhood safety unit collaboration, we started working with most vulnerable communities where juvenile arrest rate are at highest. So the families live in these underserved communities. They live with very low incomes. Like median income is 40 grand and some areas is 50 grand. Imagine living in the Bay Area with that kind of salary. It's really hard. Their focus, their priority is to bring the food to the table. So it's really challenging for them to pay attention to children, to give them enough resources and guide them. So we really thought about it, and we took the program STEM to their communities, to their doorsteps. So we can help them a little. If there is any little difference we can make, we really be very grateful. So our program is incentive-based and food supplied. We take it to their community and with the hope to keep these children away from streets and away from gangs, away from drugs. We want to create a little interest around the education. I have met child 3 years back around COVID time. As I said, our program is incentive-based, food included. Kid named Sally walked into one of the STEM sessions. She saw a poster in the community somewhere where the food is served. She comes up to me, asks, hey, can I eat? I'm hungry. There's so much going around, but she straight comes up to me, I'm hungry. My heart broke. Because food, whatever we have ordered, it hasn't come yet. And I told this kid, she was 8-year-old, I told her, why don't you start going around the tables and try to see what is there, and see if it interests you, and as soon as food arrives, I'll get you. She was very reluctant in the beginning. She was just standing there. And a few minutes later, she got bored. She started engaging table after table. And it was so interesting to see, because she started opening up, she started enjoying. And meanwhile, food has arrived. I went and said, hey, you said you're hungry, why don't you come and eat? She ignored me. I took a few seconds again, I tapped at her, hey, food is here, let's go eat, you said you're hungry. She stares at me and says, this is so much fun, can I finish this and come? It's like, it really touched my heart. So many stories like that, because we work at a grassroots level. And as you have seen on a news clip in the interview, Cielo, the kid who used to be really shy, she was very eager to give her interview to the reporter when he was on site. And I was amazed to see her confidence. That's a turnaround right in front of my eyes. In 2 years, I have seen her transitioning. And I really want to give a big applause to one of our lead volunteers, Lakshman, for introducing her to the chess program. Now she fell in love with chess. Thank you, Lakshman. She fell in love with chess. If we forget to put the table out, she comes and gets like, where is chess? I'm here for chess. That's an amazing transformation. And I really want to thank our board of directors, Cecilia. Being an engineer, she takes STEM program very seriously, week after week. Week after week, she reviews what is going into the community. And she really keen on making sure the kids are, coming back. We want to attract more kids. We have a big job to do. We are in the early stage, but still we don't want them to feel bored, right? It's not about just food. We want them to have fun and learn something, take that knowledge back to school. And another story, kid who came out of jail, teenager, on a juvenile probation. Our volunteers worked closely with him to put his energy in the right direction. And it feels great to be part of someone's reintegration journey. It's just wonderful. So many stories like that. And it reminds me as I stand here, the day we have founded our organization in 2015 with a great mission to empower youth and children to give back to the community so that they can become a better citizens and grow up with the great values along the way. So through this process, we have touched so many lives, and our volunteers, youth volunteers, they are learning life skills. It's not just going and volunteering, it's learning life skills, which goes beyond the classroom. No classroom will teach this. You have to be on the ground, you have to interact, be in the situation to learn that. So that's what we do. It's not about just the underserved community, it is privileged kids going back and learning from each other, bridging that gap, and uplifting each other. That's what we do. Ratan Tata, great entrepreneur from India. Sad he left the world. And most importantly, he would be remembered forever for his philanthropism, right? Once he was asked by a radio interviewer, what is the moment when you felt the most happiest? Ratan Tata said there were 4 phases. First phase, I accumulated all the wealth. I thought I would be happy, but didn't last long. Second phase, collecting collectibles, antiques. I went through that phase, but it all material soon I felt. Third phase, getting big business deal, steel plants and diesel business in Africa and Asia. Again, didn't last long. One of my friends asked me to donate 200 wheelchairs to special needs in an orphanage. I donated, but my friend insisted to come along to hand over. I went. We handed over right in front of my eyes. All those kids were like so happy, moving around. They felt like they are having a picnic there, just because of the little mobility, which we take for granted, right? That touched my heart. I felt so happy. I can never forget that moment. And I was about to walk out. One kid held my leg. And I tried to release my leg and walk away, but that kid was not letting me go. Then I bent over and asked, "Do you want something else?" He said, "No, I just want to see your face so that I can remember you and thank you when I see you in the heaven." So, it's very touching. I hope we as a community, we can take forward his good deeds. I strongly, personally believe for any child development, there are 3 key elements. Family, school, community plays a vital role. So as we are a community members, let's play our role and try our best to give a brighter future to these children. Thank you so much.
How about a big hand for Aisha? Give her a big hand. Wonderful. And Aisha, I hope you realize how heartfelt what you shared in that experience. Look at this room, standing room only. Give yourselves a hand. Everybody here wants to make a difference. This all started with the dream and the ability, and you all have big hearts to be here today. Thank you so much. So, our next speaker, we have several wonderful keynote speakers this evening. Our next speaker is a member of the Empower and Excel Advisory Board and is the program manager at the County Executive Office. Please help me welcome Charmaine Moran.
Hello, I am honored to be here tonight. I am not going to deny that I'm a bit nervous, but first and foremost, I just want to thank every single person in this room today for taking the time out of your day, out of your evening, out of your family life to honor the work that not only your children are doing in our communities, but also really the work that Aisha and the board of directors of Empower and Excel are doing every single day. So I'd like to give them another round of applause. Just a little bit about me. I am the newest member of the Empower and Excel board of advisors, and Aisha and I have a unique relationship. She is a very difficult person to say no to. I don't know if any of you have tried to say no to her, but it doesn't work, ever. So when Aisha and I first started working together, it was in many of those pictures that you saw earlier today were of the children that worked in some of the most impoverished communities here in Santa Clara County. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about those children so that you understand the impact of the work that your children are doing in those communities. My role has been, in the past 15 years, I've worked with the Santa Clara County in various roles. I've worked with the Superior Court as an analyst, and I've also worked as a manager with the probation department. Currently, I work for the County Chief Executive's Office as a manager. The pictures that you've seen here represent children who grow up in some of the most impoverished communities here in Santa Clara. And what that means is that these children are those that are most likely to end up in our jails and in our prisons. There are a variety of factors that have led them to live that life. One is just the circumstances, their social conditions. When Aisha and her team came into those communities, she was thirsty to understand what are the reasons why those children are in those situations and how can we help. And from that moment, I knew Empower and Excel would be a partner that we would always rely on. The work that your children are doing, that you allow your children to do in these communities, is profound. And what I mean by that is that in the criminal justice system, we often use strategies, initiatives, funding sources to keep kids out of jail. But what I think actually makes a big difference, and what Aisha's team is doing, is that she's opening the hearts of people to understand their conditions. So what you're allowing your children to do is step into a space where they're seeing themselves in other people's eyes. That you cannot buy that experience. When children begin to understand that there are circumstances beyond what they experience and they see how other people live and how other people are struggling, that opens their hearts forever. Nothing ever can take that back. And that is what I believe, building relationships between different cultures, different communities, providing opportunities for children that haven't traveled more than 10 miles outside their community. Those are the communities that Aisha is working in. And I am so grateful to stand here today, and everything that she needs, I will say yes to, because she's very hard to say no to. But I am so proud of the work that Empower and Excel is doing, and I can tell you right now, and I was just talking to our principal at Catherine Smith, Cesar, I see you right there. Please stand up, thank you. So, Cesar at Catherine Smith is in one of the communities that Empower and Excel is serving. And I just learned that the children in that community are now experiencing a 97% attendance rate, which, by the way, if any of you know data in the social service, that means that those children are not going to end up in our system. That those children are not going to be incarcerated. That's what that means. And Aisha's team is making that happen, and all the volunteers in that organization. So I am deeply committed to the mission of Empower and Excel. I am so grateful for every single person in this room. I had a kind of a list of things I wanted to talk to, but I sort of went off the cuff. One of the things that Aisha asked me to do today was to not only honor the partnership and the relationship that you're offering of your children in our communities, but also to honor those people in those communities that help make this happen. And so today I actually have the honor of presenting the inaugural award of the Community Champion Award on behalf of Empower and Excel to Jorge Mendoza, who is a leader and a resident in Gilroy in our South County community. Okay, so Jorge, come on up. But I actually have to say a few words about Jorge because Jorge and I go back a long time. And I actually asked Jorge, I asked some of what your colleagues think of you. So, come on up. So a little bit about Jorge and why this is important. So in order to do this work, in order to be in the communities that Aisha and the board of directors are in, we need partners. We need people who understand that community. We need people who are leaders in that community and can open up opportunities for us to partner. And so I want to just give a little bit of background about Jorge and then also tell you a little bit about what people say about him. All right, so Jorge was born and raised in Jalisco, Mexico, and immigrated to the United States in 1993. He lives in Gilroy with his 2 daughters and wife and is a fierce and well-renowned leader in our South County community. He values his children, and he also values working with families and youth, and is deeply passionate about improving the lives of those less fortunate. Jorge has played an instrumental role in supporting the mission of Empower and Excel, and by helping us build deep and meaningful partnerships in the Gilroy community. Without his support, our programs would not have been possible. I'd like to share, if I could, some words about what colleagues have said about Jorge. All right, colleagues have said, Jorge is a fearless leader, one who doesn't waver from realizing the highest vision for our residents and neighbors. He soars the highest when he is bringing people together and would normally never have been blessed to meet. Jorge sees beyond the doing and understands our human interconnectedness, and he leads with love. With that, I would like to invite the board to introduce the award to Jorge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like to say something? Okay.
Thank you.
Quickly, board, please stay. I did not get an opportunity to introduce you. That's Cecilia Chuduluri. She's the board of director. Sanjay is board of director. Myself, and we have one more person, Hema Vema. She's missing, couldn't come. She lives in Dallas. And we have advisory board member Namrita Grover, Indira Meka, Charmaine Maran, and Mahesh Nihlani ji. Thank you.
How about a hand for Charmaine? And one more time, congratulations to Jorge. And how about a hand for the whole board? Wonderful work in the community. All right, our next speaker is the Vice President of Engineering at a company called, you may have heard of it, it's called LinkedIn. As a matter of fact, many of you spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. Some of you get certified for skills every day on LinkedIn that you absolutely do not have. Personally, I get invitations from people who say, we have so much in common, let's connect. In spite of that, it's a program, it's a company that has made a huge, huge difference in all of our lives. Please help me welcome the Vice President of Engineering at LinkedIn, to talk about the importance of STEM in underserved community, Aarti Vidyasagar.
Hey everyone. Really tough acts to follow. I think I'm just an engineer at heart. So, Charmaine was mentioning, it's hard to say no to Aisha. So me standing here is a result of my inability to say no to her. But I thank you for this opportunity. It's a huge privilege to be here. The work that all of you are doing is so important. And I think this is just absolutely amazing. So thank you for having me here. So hey everyone, Aarti. And when I talked to Aisha, she said, hey, talk about STEM, importance of STEM. And I'm like, I can do that. I am as steeped in STEM as possible. So how many of you, raise hands, are STEM, engineers, math majors, science? I'm assuming this is most of the team here is steeped in STEM. I was raised in a family of 5 engineers. Mom and dad are engineers, so engineering is all I knew how to do. Have the privilege of working for a company called LinkedIn, and we don't generally, certify you for skills that you don't have. But I do have a table full of LinkedIn engineers. You have any issues with your job recommendations, please find them, and you can send their complaints. So anyways, let's talk a little bit about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of those companies. I spent about 18 years of my life working in procurement, making companies richer. And LinkedIn came by, and it was a company with a mission, a vision. And when you're 40-something, you're looking for, something meaningful in life, yeah? So you just don't want to be writing code and making things more efficient, etc. So anyways, the mission for LinkedIn is very simple, which is connecting the global workforce to opportunities. It's global workforce, so it's everybody. Clearly, we don't reach everybody. We have 1 billion members today, but that doesn't cover even any percentage of the underserved, for example. Only 30% of women are in professional roles, which is the population that LinkedIn has got. So we have a long way to go in terms of actually achieving that mission. So again, just a little bit in terms of some facts from LinkedIn and the data that we have. If you really look, I'm telling a whole bunch of people who work in STEM why STEM is fun and interesting. But, there's about 500 million jobs in cybersecurity, for example, and there isn't enough people. It's a low supply area. Jobs in healthcare are growing 2x at a 2x rate compared to other jobs in the ecosystem. So clearly, there is a demand for STEM and skills in STEM, and there's a huge gap in terms of us having people from underprivileged, like across the world. Is there equity in this? There's clearly not. Data is telling us otherwise, and there is a long way to go. So huge appreciation for organizations like Empower and Excel and people like Ayesha and team who are doing so much to bridge this gap. So I'm not going to throw more facts and data at you to know that being in STEM is great. Obviously, economic opportunities are huge as well. Clearly, all of us here are proof to that privilege. Yeah, and also it's a ticket out of poverty. So education is something that can set us up really, really well. So if you really think about education here, it's not just the economic upside of having a degree in STEM, right? It's also the knowledge, the reasoning, the critical thinking that comes with it. So imagine a young mother in some corner of Africa who's empowered to understand what healthcare needs are, is empowered to make those decisions on immunization for her child. You've now empowered a mom, a village, and a generation in being able to provide that education. So the power of STEM and education is huge. Again, I'm not going to throw more facts, so I will share a very deep and personal story here. My parents come from very meager means. My father grew up in an area called Khairatabad in Hyderabad. How many Hyderabadis here? And he came from a family where his parents did not have even a high school education. So when he was in high school, he studied by street lights because they couldn't afford electricity. and he needed to go to an English medium school. So he, used to tutor kids so he can make money and go to an English medium school. And then his empower and excel was his mother. She was his champion. She sold her jewelry without telling my grandfather and made sure that he studied. Now, he went on to study in IIT. It's one of the top premier institutes in India. He served in the Indian Army. He was responsible for very, very high-tech, like bringing missiles and guidance systems to the Indian Army while he was serving. Once he retired, he moved to the United States, taught in various universities in US, Canada, etc. Now he has 3 kids, me being one of them. All 3 of us went to IIT. We are here. I'm here today talking to you all in a place of privilege. Again, this is a story of whatever we do here today is going to ensure that an Aarti is going to come here tomorrow and stand here and talk about how we went from poverty to privilege, and we all in this room could have made a difference for it. So again, thank you all for being here. Appreciate you having me. Have a good time.
How about a big hand for Aarti? Wonderful story. And listening to her talk tonight qualifies for 3 hours of LinkedIn learning. Okay. We'll take what we can get, right? So, all right. One of the great things about being an organization that gives, it's not just about the people that receive, but if you've ever given and done anything for somebody else in your life, you as the person that does the giving learn so much. And to get the perspective from some of the wonderful students, your children, that are here tonight and how their interactions have gone in the community, we want to invite up 2 of our volunteers. The first one has a lot in common with my children, as he also has a mom from Taiwan. So please help me welcome Ishan Jaluri, and also welcome up Zara Modi. And let's give a big hand to our youth volunteers.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ishan. I am a senior this year, and I have been part of Empower and Excel STEM program for like 4 years now, I think. A lot of what I'm going to say in the beginning is going to sound repetitive, but I think it's important to stress the fact that the people that we are helping, the people that we aim to help, don't have access to any of the resources that we take for granted. They don't have access to, in many cases, the internet. They don't have access to teachers who are willing to talk to them, to teach them through. They don't have access to the ability to go after school and seek out help. And I mean, it's changed how I look at what I'm supposed to do as a member of this community. Because, I mean, we live in a bubble. We live in a bubble called Silicon Valley. Most of us are going to end up in high-paying jobs. Most of us are going to work for large corporations. But there's a part of Silicon Valley that we often do not see, the part of Silicon Valley which are the people who support those, the cooks, the janitors, the people who keep where we work functioning, the people who make sure that we can, do all this amazing stuff here. And their kids don't have the opportunities that we do. And it's really important due to the fact that the world is facing so many issues that science and technology and engineering can solve. Climate change, food insecurity, water insecurity, just energy insecurity as oil wells dry up. And these kids are the same as me and as everyone here. They want to learn, they want to be better. They are thrust into a world which often looks down on them very, very harshly, which punishes every little mistake they do, which those mistakes get amplified over and over and over again, which leads to a cycle of poverty, which they're stuck in. And the best way that we can do that is by providing them with something that they lack, which is the ability to see themselves as doing something greater than what they already know. When I was in Gilroy, the first year that we did the Gilroy thing, I was managing it. We had our own curriculum. One of the kids, his name was Julian, he was a really shy guy. He didn't come up to talk to us at all, but he was always there on time, 5 minutes early. He was always the last to leave. And he was always trying to learn something. Like, he would ask questions, not about what we're teaching, but about stuff that related to it. For example, we're doing a lab with boats. We're teaching them buoyancy using boats and toy soldiers to see how they could design a boat and how that affects, how long the boat can stand up. And then he started asking, why does the water creep up? So I started explaining capillary reaction to him. After that, he started asking, is this how plants work? I mean, you don't expect a kid who's like 7 or 8 to make that connection between capillary action in paper and then how plants transport nutrients and water throughout their body, but he did. And then as I talked more and more to him every session, I started to learn a lot more about him, both his circumstances and also who he is as a person. He wanted to go into the medical field. He wanted to help people. He didn't know what yet because he doesn't have the opportunities that we do to decide, nursing or doctor, biomedical engineer, stuff like that. He just knew that he wanted to help people in the healthcare department, in the healthcare sector. And he would start asking me all these questions about stuff that he learned in class but that he didn't know. So he started asking me about how did dinosaurs turn into birds? How does evolution work? Once I explained, evolution to him, he asked, how does natural selection work? So these kids, I think, provide a lens into our community that we don't often, look through. The culture of innovation and excellence in Silicon Valley isn't just limited to us. It's not limited to the people who are working in high rises, who are developing the future in AI technologies, who are developing the future in in organ printing, for example. But these are kids who probably, who don't have the opportunities that we do, yet they still want to learn. And I've changed from that, in that everyone has a story, and it's up to us to accept that story. We can put everyone into their own little box. We can categorize people and use our preconceived thoughts about the matter to decide what we're going to do with people. But that's not the way a society or a community should work. We should be working on improving relations between each other, hearing each other out, because most of the best ideas don't come from the top 1% sitting in front of a computer every single day. They come from actual dialogue with the members of our community who need innovation, where it can make life easier. So Empower and Excel has done a great service to this community, not only in providing opportunities for kids who don't have the opportunities, but also letting us know that we have a lot to be grateful for, and we have a lot that we as individuals can do to improve our community. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Zara Modi, and today I want to share a bit about this project that's been incredibly close to my heart. Each week during the summer, I've had the privilege of being a part of the team that has led a STEM program for the underprivileged kids. Now, like said before, it's been a hands-on experience in science, technology, engineering, and math, and each session feels like a new adventure as we explore different topics and projects that spark each of these children's curiosities. Now, one of the most rewarding parts has been forming real connections with the kids. Many of them face unique challenges, and our sessions have become a safe and encouraging space for them to learn and grow. I'm also grateful for the chance to use my knowledge of Spanish, that of which I learned at school, to connect with the kids who primarily speak Spanish at home. Seeing their faces light up when they realize that I can also communicate with them in their language has been a beautiful reminder of the power of language and understanding. This experience has not only grounded, but also humbled me in ways I would have never expected. Working with these kids, hearing their stories, and watching them tackle challenges with enthusiasm has made me more aware of my own privileges. It's taught me to be grateful for the things I used to take for granted, like my access to education and resources. Overall, this project has just been a gift. I'm grateful for the chance to share my love of STEM, to build meaningful relationships, and to learn from the kids every single week. I'm also very grateful to Empower and Excel and Aisha Auntie for letting me be a small part of this amazing, amazing experience. Thank you so much.
How about a hand for Aishan and Zara? Phenomenal. I don't know about you, but I felt that we had some wisdom far beyond their years. Wouldn't you give them another hand? Was that great? I think our future, it just shows the value of what you're doing by this kind of heartfelt community outreach. Our future is in good hands. Wouldn't you agree? With people like that. One more hand for that. Presentation was phenomenal. Now we have a very special part of our program. And to kick that off, I'd like to ask you to focus for just a moment for a quick video on our screen. What a beautiful video. Wasn't that a beautiful video? The impact that Empower and Excel has made for people. And that's really what it's all about. Sometimes we take so much that we have for granted, and we're here tonight to collect and make a difference in other people's lives. And to kick off our session, we have a very, very special speaker. He's the founder and CEO of the Academy of High Achievers. He's a career coach. He's going to talk about the growth mindset in the era of AI. Put your hands together and help me welcome Mahesh M. Thakur.
I'm going to begin my talk by first having us do a small exercise. So I'm going to ask the audience here to raise your right hand as high as you can. Everybody in the audience, please raise your hand as high as you can. Great. Awesome. Now can we try to raise it again a tad bit higher than you did the last time? Slightly higher, slightly higher. Good. Thank you. So almost all of us raised it higher the second time. Why did we not do that the first time? Let's ask ourselves. Let's reflect on that for a moment. That's because we all do not want to get into a zone of discomfort. We do not want to push ourselves outside our comfort zone, because that's when we start to have the fear of failure, we start to have anxiety, and the fear of unknown. When we start to approach that thinking of ours, what is it that is happening? It's basically a limited mindset, a fixed mindset. Now, when we think about it, we can work all day on focus, on perseverance, but underlying all that, it is the game of our mindset. Let's talk about the difference in a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Dr. Carol Dweck from Stanford did a research. Basically, she looked at two types of people. One was where people thought about their abilities and their intelligence as fixed. And then there was another group who always thought their ability and their intelligence could grow with time. That second group, my friends, are the people with the growth mindset. Now, when you think deeper, we spend a lot of time working on skills. We spend a lot of time working on new skills, different skills. But how much time do we take to first understand the state of our mindset, aka, are we growth or are we fixed mindset? Now, I'm going to take us back to 2009. 2009 was when I was leading the Bing brand launch at Microsoft. Bing Search, which today is the second largest search engine, which is also a part of Microsoft AI today, was where I was working and leading a team. During that time, what we launched there was the search assistant. That's all AI was, a search assistant. Now, if you go to 2027, there is AI assistants everywhere. We have AI colleagues, we have AI companions, we have the AI co-pilot. When you start to look at it, you're actually having AI to help you exercise better, manage your finances, even manage your schedule for you. Every area of your life has an AI co-pilot. As you look into that, you may arrive at work and find your AI co-pilot there, which is now delivering up to 40% more productivity for you. And that means you can be more, do more, earn more. The question is, how do you stay technically relevant and sharp and ahead of the curve? Not just you, but also your future generations. How do they do that? I'm now going to dive into the why growth mindset and the how of growth mindset. The why, because we are all humans and we still like reasoning. But we want to first understand why growth mindset. The research that was conducted actually was analyzing hundreds of 7th graders. Hundreds of 7th graders were defined as either having a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. So when we started to do the study, we looked at what was happening in their lives for 2 years. The kids that were having the growth mindset kept improving their grades compared to the ones which had the fixed mindset. And over a period of time, the divide started to increase between the two groups. And for 2 years, we saw those results. And once we looked deeper, we found out that there was also a role that parents were playing in the kids' mindset. And that brings me to the point that many times we ourselves and also with our kids work on skills a lot rather than working on the mindset aspect. And when you look at the how, let's now talk about the how, because people are curious. What do I do with myself and what do I do differently with my kids to bring that growth mindset in this fast-moving era of AI? I basically had a chance to interview a lot of high-performing executives, board members, CEOs, and the C-suite people on what are they doing differently at home and at work. What was basically observed was that these folks talked openly about their failures at home and at work. That means the kids at home are looking at the dad or their mom as somebody who's failing a lot, but also learning a lot from that failure. And that was promoting the growth mindset. And when you looked at these individuals at work, the leaders there are talking about their failures to the teams. In other words, the teams are seeing the failure as an opportunity, as an experiment. And that is translating to the growth mindset. And what these people were doing was, they were creating a very unique culture, both in their house, in their families, and at the workplace. The second thing that these adults were doing was that they had a very interesting way in praising their kid. As an example, if the kid did well with a puzzle or with their math homework, the parent sometimes would like to say, "Wow, what a great score. You must be great at it." So that right there is a comment that comes from a fixed mindset, my friends. Because now what you're doing is you're pointing out that the outcome was a result of something that they had within themselves, which is fixed. Instead, if you said, "Wow, what a great score. You must have really worked hard at this." Now what you're doing for the kid is, or for your team member, is that you're acknowledging that they worked on the process, which basically included improving their intelligence and their ability through the hard work. That right there is praising with the growth mindset. And we've seen leaders and great parents consistently do that to bring that out in their kids. Now let me talk to you about the impact of the growth mindset that one can have. When you start to do this at work and with your kids, you obviously double your impact. You're like 2x better. You're effective, you're thinking better, you're achieving results, and now your kids are achieving the kind of outcomes you want them to because it is a mindset shift. As an executive coach, when I work with these individuals, I first dig into their mindset before I ever talk about their skill set. And the one thing which I consistently look for is how are they doing both at work and at home, because oftentimes we are the same person no matter where we go. Speaking of impact, when you do this yourself and when you do this with your kids, you're doubling your impact as an effective parent, as an effective leader, as an effective technologist, as an effective business owner. You do that everywhere. Now let's talk about 10x the impact. How would one get 10x impact with a growth mindset? Now here's the key. What happens when we give? What happens when we help others? When we help others, we basically open up the reward center of our brain. The reward center of our brain basically releases endorphins, it releases oxytocin, and it releases serotonin. And when that happens, you're unlocking a great deal of feel-good chemicals in your brain. And when your colleagues see that, when your kids see that, now they want to follow you and they want to do that same thing. So with being able to give along with the growth mindset, you can 10x the impact. So when you go out in the community and start to do things not by yourself but also with your colleagues and also with your kids, you're now transmitting that whole capability to unlock the reward center in your brain as well as their brain, and therefore making the impact as a growth mindset person 10x. So tonight, I'm just going to leave you with one question. How many lives are you going to enlighten and change as a result of your new growth mindset in this era of AI? Thank you.
Big hand for Mahesh and the growth mindset. Give him a big hand. Wonderful. All right. Have you had a great program so far? Have you enjoyed? Have a hand for all the speakers and everything we're doing here tonight. Let them all hear it, everybody that's spoken tonight. I know how we've been smelling that wonderful food. Everybody's getting eager. We have one more thing to do. How many of you are ready to make a big difference in the lives of other people? 3 tables in the back. Everybody else, good night. How many of you are here to make a big difference in the lives of other people, as you've already proven you're here for? And you know what? I want to challenge all of us. I have a feeling that I'm in a room full of overachievers. So we have some goals that have been set. I'd like to ask that we overachieve tonight, help even more people, and after that, we'll have a great dinner and we'll dance and we'll celebrate after. Are you with me on that? How about that? Who's with me on that? So listen, everything you give tonight, remember this. It's tax deductible. Let me repeat that. Tax deductible. You live in the state of California. You're either going to give it to the government and they're going to waste it, or you're going to make a difference like we saw with the kids that came up on stage. Who would like to make a difference for people here? And every dollar given is matched to help a lot of the folks we saw in the video in India. Isn't that great? You're going to make a difference tonight. So, tax deductible, 5013C. It's a real, and we have a quick announcement. Yes.
Some people don't have paddles.
Everybody needs a paddle. The way it works, we have several levels of funded need I'm going to announce. We're going to recognize, here's the thing, whatever level you give tonight, we appreciate. Do not give anything you can't give. We want everybody to know this. Anything you give tonight at any level is going to be appreciated. Fair enough? Are you with me on that? Are you with me on that? Let me hear you. Thank you. So remember, on the table it says the goal is $38,610. We're going to blow past that because 3 programs, the programs are operated in 3 locations, San Jose, Morgan Hill, and Gilroy. It costs $25,000 per year. Everybody here is a STEM graduate. That's not $38,000. We need at least $75,000 tonight. We're going to do it. So, are we ready to start? Everybody have a paddle. When I call the amounts, we're going to get through this. We're going to celebrate, succeed, then we're going to have a wonderful dinner and dance. Everybody have their paddle. Wave your paddle in the air. You've all just donated $100,000. Congratulations. I'm totally kidding. So.
Mic testing 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
என்னோடு வா நான் உனக்காக காத்திருக்கிறேன்.
रात का है अपना मजा आ यार मस्ती में तू झूम जा ओ इस रात का है अपना मजा आ यार मस्ती में तू झूम जा बैठा है क्या सीटी बजा लुंगी पकड़ के जरा घूम जा
ये डांस तेरा देख देख झटके लगे तेज तेज दिल सबका धक धक करे.
रंट लगा रे मैं नाचा तो सबको करंट लगा रे रंट लगा रे मैं नाचा तो सबको करंट लगा रे तुमका मेरा एक्सीलेंट लगा रे मैं नाचा तो सबको करंट लगा रे அப்படி பொருள மச்சி கைய ஆட்டி கண்ண சிமிட்டி வீட்டுல நீ கூத்து அடு உலக நிக்குது நான் சுத்துற கப்பல கரையில ஒன்றர கரண்ட் பரண்ட் இந்த பாடி கண்ட்ரோல் போச்சு ஆடி ஆடி ಕುರ್ಚಿನಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬೇಕಿ
దానికేమో మరి దానికేమో మేకలిస్తివి మరి నాకేమో సన్న బియ్యం నువ్వు కలిస్తివి మేకలేమో మందలుగా పెరిగిపాయ నాకిచ్చిన నూకలేమో ఒక్క పూట కరిగిపాయ ఆడపచ్చరాళ్ళ జూకాలిస్తివి మరి నాకేమో చుక్కగళ్ళ కోకలిస్తివి దాని చెవిలో జూకాలేమో దగా మెరిసిపాయ నాకు పెట్టిన కోకలేమో పీలికలై సిరిగిపాయ ఏం రసిక రాజువో మరి నా దాసు బావ నీతో ఎప్పుడింత కిరికిరి ఏం రసిక రాజువో మరి నా దాసు బావ నీతో ఎప్పుడింత కిరికిరి
ಆ ಕುರ್ಚಿನಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬೇಕಿ ரஞ்சிதமே மனச கலைக்கும் மந்திரமே ரஞ்சிதமே உன்னை ஓதட்டு வலிக்க கொஞ்சனுமே
Kriya Dance Academy, let them hear it. One more hand for Uma Dhanapal and the Kriya Dance Academy. Thank you so much. The first level I'm going to ask for donations tonight is at $10,000. The mere cost of installing that Tesla charger at your home. Thank you. Nobody got that one. Okay, they're ready to eat. Or those tickets to the Warriors game during the playoffs. So, $10,000 is going to make a huge difference. You can also donate your stock. So if your stock have appreciated, hello Silicon Valley, this is what we do. You get the full tax write-off without paying taxes on the capital gain. How many people know about that? That's the way you make your money work smart. Sanjay's already donated thousands of dollars because he can't say no to Aisha. Okay. Are we ready? So, I'm going to call out your number. Our spotter is going to mark it down. We're going to get through this. We're going to raise $75,000, $100,000. Then we're going to go eat. Do I have any folks here tonight that feel they're in a position they can donate $10,000? Please raise your paddles up high. $10,000 donations. Do we have $10,000? We have right at number 13. Let's give him a hand. $10,000, number 13. Do we have any more? And again, that's going to be matched. We have number 18, 188. Mr. Oberoi, 188, 10,000. Give him a hand, folks. Come on. Do we have anybody else that wants a nice tax deduction and to make a great difference? Anybody else at $10,000? We're already at $20,000. We're more than halfway there. We want to be even more than that. Any more at $10,000? Do we have anybody else to make a huge difference? $10,000. It's a down payment on the kids' college applications. Believe me, I know the cost. $10,000. One more. We have one more over here. How about a hand for all the folks who gave? Thank you very much for $10,000. All right. Our next level is at $7,500. $7,500. Do we have anybody here that can donate at $7,500? I saw a paddle over there. I see a paddle going up in the back. $7,500. Do we have anyone that can donate at $7,500? We have one in the back. Congratulations. I can't read the number from here. Give her a hand. And the nice thing about this group is that everybody knows exactly where our total is because everybody can do math here. That's right. Anybody else at $7,500? One more time. Going once, going twice. How about a big hand for everybody? Thank you for $7,500. We're at $2,750. 500, excuse me. I need to be corrected when I'm wrong. Now, next is $5,000. Again, you spend this on a weekend when you go shopping, people. $5,000, our privilege. Stock donations, tax deductions make a difference. I have a donut in the back. Congratulations. Thank you. $5,000. $5,000 over here. Number 188 again. They gave $10,005. How about another hand over here? Do we have our spotters getting the number? Give them a big hand, folks. $5,000. We have $5,000 right over here, number 192. Thank you so much. You're doing great. The faster we do this and give money, the faster we eat. We have one more at $5,000. Thank you so much. There's a fever in the air. And I believe every dollar given tonight is matched. How much do we have so far? We have 5 fives. We have how much altogether? We have another 5,000 right over there. I don't care how much. Just keep raising those paddles. $5,000. Thank you so much. Give them all a hand for their generosity, folks. This is great. Again, whatever level, every dollar tonight makes a difference. $5,000. Do we have any more at $5,000? I see some paddles going up. People are thinking about it. Get it done. You'll feel good when you're not paying taxes to the state of California. Believe me, right now. $5,000 going once. Stock, you have stock sitting there that if you don't sell it now, it's going to drop. I guarantee you. Why? If you want to know what to buy, I sell it, it goes up. Remember that. So, $5,000. Any more at $5,000? Do we have any more? Not even one more. One more at $5,000. Who could do it? One more at $5,000. Going once. One more at 5,000 going twice. How about a hand for all the folks who gave it $5,000? Give them a hand, folks. By the way, if you're at a table that gave at $5,000, those are the tables that get to go eat first. I'm just telling you, okay? I'm just telling you. So any more at $5,000, who's hungry? Okay. I might do the same for $2,500. We're going to go in the order of the donations. And anybody that wants to go their table first, give me $20. I'll put it in toward the. All right, next level is at $2,500. I have in the back, congratulate you, so give me a hand, $2,500. Hold those paddles high, I see so many. $2,500, $2,500, $2,500, $2,500, $2,500. Hold them high, let's get the numbers collected. Give them a hand, people, those tables are gonna eat. Do we have the numbers all written down? We are charging your Venmo account as we speak right now. And also my uncle in Nigeria needs a little bit of money as well. He promised to donate tonight. He wants to eat first. We have another $2,500. There's a man, number 16. Do we have them all? Did we have them all in the back? Number 16. Did we get all the numbers? Did our spotters get all the numbers? What number is in the back? 178. Did you get 178? 16, 178. How about a hand for all those people that gave $2,500? Thank you so much. Did we get that number? Yell that number out. 182. Did you get 182? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe Beyonce will be here shortly. I'm hearing something. Oh, wait, this is not the DNC, sorry. We have a special announcement from Mahesh M. Wait a sec, I think I need to circle back. Not only that, and also you get a haircut from his stylist. Look at this guy. Perfect haircut. You get 2 sessions with Mahesh M and a haircut. Let me revisit $2,500 again. Do we have any more at $2,500 that we didn't have before? If you already don't have your hair, you don't need the haircut, so give it to somebody else. It's okay. Thank you. How about a hand for Mahesh? That was a very generous offer. Thank you. Mahesh, you can please go take a plate and start eating. Okay. Next at $1,000, folks. Some of you blow this on your way here tonight. Go take a plane to see your kids in school. That's $1,000 right there. $1,000. I see number 11. 1,000. Hold the banners up high. Give them all a hand, folks. $1,000. Over here. Can you read the numbers? I'll point. Read the number, please. 52. What do we got here? 7. 185. What do you got over there? 14. 191. 193. What's in the back there? I saw one over there. Yes, in the back. Can you read the number? 42. Thank you. What else over here? 14. 14. 191. Please read your number out loud. I got a light right in my eye. 53, I can see that one. And what we got, 191. How about a hand for all the thousands? Let's give them a hand, folks. 2 more. And again, everybody, whatever amount you give, you all make a difference. No amount is greater than others except for getting you to eat first. That's all. Okay. $500, our next level. $500. For those who can give $500, thank you so much. Read your number out. $151. Thank you so much. $500. Is that person giving or they're just hot? I didn't see a fan. Okay. What's that over there? $500. Number 5 for $500. Thank you so much. What else? We need some more at $500. We're almost there, people. You can do it. Let's get to 50. Come on. $500. Let's see more. $500. You get to eat before the people that gave $1. Believe me. All right. How about a hand for all the people that gave $500? Thank you. And finally, we want to go to $125. Again, every dollar makes a difference. That'll feed and take care of a child for a period of time. If you see the numbers on your table, $125. If you can give, if you haven't had a chance yet and can give at $125, please raise your paddle up high. $125. Can you give?
I just want to let you know, we have a $1 to $2 match in the house, whatever we are getting today. And the matching money would be going to the orphanage who are disabled.
Yes.
The kids, right? And there is a need for an elevator there. Recently there were floods in the Andhra Pradesh, and God's grace, water flood stopped right in front of the orphanage main gate. It didn't get into the compound, but they were given an evacuation notice. And you saw them. They are in the wheelchairs, in the bedridden, all sorts of disabled. They have to take them manually, one after the other, to the upstate. It was quite a job, safely. So we are looking for a support to get a elevator for them. Just want to let you know where it is going, the double match. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Aisha. You can't say no to Aisha, people. I think we reinforced that again. That was a story. Last level, then we're going to eat, and we also have the wonderful dancers are going to be back with us. Give them a hand again. They were wonderful. We're going to see them again during dinner. If you haven't had a chance to give and can manage at $125 today, again, every dollar amount, please raise your paddle, yell your number out. We'll be so thankful. Thank you so much. Read your number out. 154. Thank you. Give her a hand. Thank you so much. Number 9. Thank you very much. 125. Who else can join us here and help out today? Double that money, right? Every dollar gets doubled. Anybody else at $125? Let's hear it. Over here, number 250. 200, that's 2 times at number 10. Give him a hand, folks. He just quadrupled the money. Thank you so much. Anybody else? In the back, I see the number. Please read it. For $1,000, what's the number? 153 for $1,000. Thank you so much. That's so wonderful. Generosity. Anybody else could give anything else here tonight? How about a hand for everybody who's given? Thank you so very much. And I'd like to ask that this table you may welcome to the buffet over here. How about a hand for all the people who donated? Those that gave at a table at $10,000 at $7,500, please head over. Then we'll go by the tables in a row. I'll come by. Thank you so much. My name is Jeff Applebaum, and it's been an absolute joy being with you. Continue to make a difference to what you do and change lives. But the night is young. DJ Bunny is in the house, people. Give him a hand. Let's have some dinner. Let's dance. Tables 1 through 5, and the big donors may go through first. Tables 1 through 5. Eddie Oberai, you get that plate before everybody, so.